and get it. But I sincerely just love connecting with you, whether that's through email, text, the group, or just even on these weekly calls. I just think I'm all about depositing, where I wish so badly that I could hold your hand, but at the same time, I don't wish that, just because I believe that you have this inner power that you didn't know that you had. And I do think that you'll start to realize that if you haven't already. I've been seeing some really cool victories. Allie posted that she had lost 12 plus inches and she didn't even have a scale. And I was like, that is freedom. Like, that is everything. Because I remember I used to check the scale 3 times a day. And just to know she's like, that felt good. I was like, that's so amazing. And so I know a lot of you are just trying to tackle fitness and nutrition and all this stuff. It's so not complicated. And my biggest piece of advice, I actually just shared this with our coaching team yesterday. I mentor a lot of coaches, and I said to them, I said, it's really easy to put all this pressure on yourself that you have to be perfect all the time. And you have to, like, because a lot of them just got done with 80-day obsession and they freaked out because they had a week of like non-structure after 80 days. And they were just like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. And I was like, you guys, like, it's okay. Like, give yourself grace. This journey is about the baby steps. This journey is just about learning and trusting this process. And so if you find yourself a little bit frustrated, it's normal. There's times where I oversleep and I had all the intentions of working out and crushing it in the morning. And then I put it off until the very end of the day and it doesn't feel good. And then I just don't do it. You know, there's moments that I have. I ate 4 cupcakes on Sunday, 4 whole ones, not little ones, big ones, normal sized ones, because my friend's getting married and I wanted to help her out and taste test, you know, being a good friend. And it just didn't make me feel good. So instead of bashing myself, I course corrected. So on Monday, I started Shift Shop meal plan. Is it only Tuesday? I've stuck to it 100%. And here's another tip too. If you're addicted to sweets, Shakeology honestly helps curb those cravings. However, this is something that I love. If you have the chocolate Shakeology, you can melt coconut oil. So like I do like a heaping teaspoon. If you do a heaping teaspoon and you melt it, then you take 1 scoop of chocolate Shakeology, pour the melted coconut oil over it, stir it, put it in the freezer for like 5 minutes, bring it out. You can put peanut butter on it or not, it's fine. And it's literally a chocolate bar. So I just like break it up. So like there's things that I do, if that makes sense, to help with that. If I'm craving something. And another thing is water. So what I want to do today is an activity that I actually did with Team Happy and Fit. That's the team that I mentor. So as a coach, I do a couple of things. I give you all an experience, including myself. By the way, I need these groups just as much as you. I have ran a group every month for the last 4 years. So, you see me in there, right? You see me in there. I need it. You guys actually keep me accountable. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to show up for you ladies, but also be transparent with you as well. And then my other part of coaching is I mentor alongside. Like I show up for myself. And so anyway, as I was mentoring last night, we set some goals and put it in quadrants. So 4 quadrants, and our quadrants are going to look a little bit different. And so if you have a paper and pen, that would be so great. And what I would love to do is brain dump a little bit. And I want to show you how I set myself up for success for winning the week. I've gotten a lot of feedback from other challengers saying the reason that they love this so much is because you don't feel like you're looking at a month going, oh my gosh. You're not necessarily looking at 80 days being like, you kind of just go win the day and win the week. I always say that. What was your win for the week? I want you to understand that this process is not trying to win at life every moment of every day. But if you can look at every single day and know that you did something better than you would have a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, that's what you cling to in this process, because you're going to have obstacles ahead of you. You're going to have moments that defeat you, and you're going to get frustrated. Seriously, you're going to be like, I walked into the dressing room a couple weeks ago like a champ, like a boss, and I can't promise you that I'm going to do that a week from now. I don't know if that's the case. I may not, but I did in that moment. In that moment, was amazing. And so it may not be like that the next time I do it, but I had to win the day with that kind of moment, if that makes sense. So in our quadrant, it'd be like separated, if that makes sense, into 4 quadrants. And this is vital to what I do each week, if this makes sense. And so I kind of want to bring you into my world of, maybe you're like, how do you do this all? Like what? It's not perfect. And I'm going to show you what I do, but also kind of give you this grace along your journey. So in your process, I want you to think about, in one quadrant, your personal / self-care. And I'll give you examples of that in a second. So one quadrant is personal, your personal life, and self-care. Another quadrant is going to be nutrition. Another quadrant is going to be nutrition. And then the third one is going to be fitness. And then the fourth one is going to be mindset. So you have personal and self-care, nutrition, fitness, and mindset. So what I want to do is I want to just brain dump. In the comments, there's a commenting section, and I want us to give each other ideas, and I want you guys to write 2 to 4 things in each quadrant, and then we're going to do something after that, if that makes sense. So for example, for personal and self-care, it could be, I want to get 8 hours of sleep. Maybe personal and self-care is, you know what, after a long day, I'm going to treat myself to 1 show after I work out. Maybe self-care or personal is, I'm going to read a book for fun for 10 minutes. Maybe personal and self-care is going to be a bath bomb and a bath. Maybe personal and self-care is going to be a manicure. It doesn't have to be an expense thing. It can be just whatever you love with self-care. There's a range of things. With nutrition, it can be, I'm not going to have sweets. With nutrition, it can be, I am going to meal prep on Sundays. With nutrition, it's going to be, I'm going to eat 100% clean 80% of the time. Maybe with nutrition is, I'm going to make sure that out of all of my containers that I'm using, I make sure to do all the greens. I'm just making up stuff, if that makes sense. I would do it based on something that's a little bit uncomfortable and outside your comfort zone. So for me, maybe it's water. It's like you have to get in enough water, at least 64 ounces. But I'm addicted to sweets. I don't know what on earth how this has happened to me, but it's like, this is a side tangent, you guys. Literally, I'm turning 30 in a year. And instead of doing a bar crawl, which I would never do at the age of 30, if all of you did, no judgment, it's just not my thing, is I want to do a bakery crawl. Like, that is how much I love sweets. Like, I just want to go to as many bakeries as I can. And I drive my friends crazy because I can walk into bakeries and not get anything. It's like, I don't know why. I just, like, love them. And so anyway, giving up sweets can be really hard for me. And so with Shift Shop, I'm really sticking to it because the Shift Shop meal plan is the business. Like, it is so easy to follow. It is incredible. I love it so much. So I'm giving myself that gift, but sometimes 30 days seems like a lot, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to give myself 7. I'd be like 7 days without sweets, I would write down in that quadrant, if that makes sense. For workouts, in fitness, maybe it's, I'm going to go up 5 pounds in weights. Maybe it's, I'm going to work out 4 out of the 6 days at 5 a.m. Like, so maybe you're just really trying to become a morning person and it's just like cramping your style. You know what I'm saying? Maybe your fitness has to do with not snoozing and just pressing play. Maybe with fitness, you cannot turn on the TV until your workout's done. Right? Isn't it so easy after a long, exhausting day to just go to the couch and just turn on Netflix, which I don't have, by the way. I think it freaks people out. I literally do not have Netflix. I do have Amazon Prime. And so, but that would be my like go-to. So with fitness, maybe it's completing clean week. Maybe it's completing 5 workouts. Maybe it's working out 3 times. I know some of you are runners. So maybe it's doing 3 Beachbody on Demand workouts and then running 5 miles. Y'all are crazy. Running is not my thing. If you were ever to ask me to do a race with you, I would tell you no, but cheer you on and make a sign. Like, I think running is like the worst. So Jenny's on here and loves running so much. Sarah, you run too, right? No, Ashley does. But it's just so not my thing. And so maybe I should make it my thing so I'm not as negative about it. So I want you to think of some ideas for fitness, for your goals for the week, if that makes sense, to win the week. 2 to 4 things. And then for mindset, this is vital. And I hope by now you're starting to realize Jenny, you are my hero of half marathon next Saturday. Like, this girl crushes it. You're so inspiring. And you'll have to tell us when you're done, and so we can show you love on your posts. Seriously, so cool. So for mindset, this is huge, and I hope that you're starting to see a shift in the way that you think. Allie, I gave you a shout out before you're on saying like you don't own a scale, and I was like, and you were so proud of the inches you lost, and you're like, whatever. I don't even know how many pounds I lost. I was like, that's a mindset win. Like, that is not just a physical win. That is a mindset win. That it doesn't matter to you with knowing that, because you just feel better, right? Maybe some of you are starting to think better. Maybe some of you are not kind of wanting to get away from that teacher talk, or if there's like some negativity, you're kind of just like, you're starting to notice a shift, if that makes sense. So I want you to make some goals when it comes to mindset. Maybe you're really good at body bashing. So let's not be so good at that, if that makes sense. So a couple of things that I do for mindset is that I read at least 10 minutes a day. A book that I really, really love, I know we just went through Girl Wash Your Face, is The Mess of Moxie. That's not the exact title of it, but it's with Jen Hatmaker. It's very comical and really inspiring. I really loved that book. I read through it really quickly. I love Trish Blackwell's Confidence podcast. It's really good, and you guys would love this one. MWF Motivation. Nope, not MWF. Oh my gosh. Quote of the Day Show. The quote of the day show with Sean Croxton is life. And so how you do that is on your phone, you can download the podcast app. You guys, it's literally could be like 7 minutes. Like, it could be your commute, if that makes sense. And the reason maybe it's putting sticky notes on your mirror. Maybe it's every time, this is going to sound really weird, but literally maybe when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you shake your ass. I'm not kidding. It works. Like, you just start looking and you're like that, or you start like kind of flirting with it. This sounds so weird, but literally I'll be like, yeah, that's right. Like, you look toned. And I say weird things. Eric's probably like, you're crazy. I really do that kind of stuff because I need to trick my mind, because I've been so used to tearing myself apart. Maybe your mindset is singing The Greatest Showman. If you follow my Instagram, there's a reason why you see me singing songs. It's because I'm getting myself to a peak state. I'm getting myself mentally, I'm changing my mindset. Does that make sense? During workouts, when you see me singing, it's because I'm fighting the urge to quit. Hands down. If you see that on my Instagram stories, you may not realize that until now, but I get myself like in that peak state of like, nope, you're not quitting. So I played Eminem today, and Eric was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, that's right. And so it was very comical, and he was just really supportive. Anyway, your mindset is everything. Maybe with your mindset, you are going to send a positive affirmation to someone once a day, and you'll start to notice a shift with how you start approaching each day. Maybe it's writing down 3 things you're grateful for every morning. That is something, anytime I'm in a stressful state, I grab my heart and I literally just start listing off the things I'm grateful for. I know that all of us on here have at some point struggled with anxiety. That's just human nature, or worry, right? Or maybe depression. And so anytime I find myself battling that, the best thing that I can do is feel my heartbeat and be like, okay, like, you have air in your lungs right now, and what are you grateful for? A nice bed, a comfortable bed, a good night's sleep. I'm thankful for this community. I'm thankful for Wyatt. I'm thankful for Eric. I'm thankful that I have my meals prepped. I'm thankful that I have a job. Like, I don't know. I just start thinking about all of the things that I'm grateful for, because it really starts to change my mindset. It is so crazy how your mindset is the one thing that stops you from doing everything that you want. And I know a lot of people just want to lose weight, And I know a lot of people want to have this success story with the transformation. And a lot of people ask me, Julianne, how long did it take you to lose 35 pounds? And I'm like, you guys, I'm not sure. I want to say 3 to 6 months, but I wasn't focused on it. For the first time in my entire life, I was just focused on feeling good. For the first time in my life, I was just focused on having more energy. For the first time in my life, I could actually sleep well without feeling anxious and crying myself to sleep. And with teaching, I was so emotionally, physically, and mentally drained that after doing this, like I started to see a shift in my energy that I could bring it in the classroom. I could be super energetic when I was on my game in there, but as soon as I was out of the classroom, at what cost, right? My whole life was exhaustion. And so once I started this journey, I started connecting to how I started to really feel. And I wish more people were more obsessed with getting their mind right versus just their bodies. And so that is why I'm so grateful that all of you chose to be in this group, because I am such a huge advocate for working on our mindset and self-love, because it will play such a huge factor in everything, in your personal life, in your job, in your relationships, in the way that you think and dream. And so with your mindset, that is something I work every day. And is it perfect? No. Do I have hard days? Yes, I promise you I do. Can I be really impatient? Yep. And there's times I can be a jerk. But for the most part, I've really learned to work on myself. And ladies, it's been 4 years of consistency. 4 years. It's been such a process of, one, I've maintained 35-pound weight loss off in 4 years. This is not a quick fix, right? That takes work. But it's not about that. It's literally, I feel better. I actually like myself. I was talking to someone who's going to join our group. I cannot wait to welcome her. And she said, she has 3 little girls. And she said, when she goes to the Target, she only buys shoes and purses because she knows that they'll fit her and look good. Otherwise, she cannot stand to look at herself. My heart was crushed. And I said to her, I was like, oh my gosh, you have to do this for you, but also for your girls, because do you ever want them to feel that way? And she was like, no. And I said, even though you hide that from them, they know. And I feel like all women do that, right? We suppress things, act like it's all good, we're all put together. And deep down, we aren't feeling alive. And my mom even said, because she reads my posts, she doesn't like that I cuss. By the way. And she said a cuss word in one of her posts on Facebook, and I went back and tagged her, and she was like, I had a blue moon. And I was like, okay, Mom. But anyway, it was really funny. But she said, Julianne, I didn't realize that you struggled so much. And I said, Mom, I didn't know either. I had no idea. That was just my norm, feeling tired, exhausted, burnt out. My norm was watching Netflix all day. My norm was body bashing. My norm was feeling uncomfortable in my own skin. My norm was avoiding the dressing room. That was my norm. I had no idea how to think otherwise. I had no idea that I could live another life, right? And so what I want to teach you guys is that whatever you want in life, you can have it. Whether that's with your job, financially, or maybe with a relationship. Did you ladies know this? This is maybe TMI. The first moment I saw Eric, I knew I'd marry him. And guess what? He did not think that about me. He didn't like me at all. It took 5 years. It took him 5 years to even consider dating me. But I knew I would marry that man. And my whole point to that is, when you can focus on what you want in life, I swear to you, it can come true. Even when it seems so impossible, even when it seems like there's no way someone like you could do that. Does that make sense? I've been talking to some of you. You ask me that I've taken big leaps in life. I'm just known as a leaper. It scares me every time. It's not like I'm quitting my job and walk out there like, what up? No, it's like, what did I just do? In fact, I look back and I'm like, what was I thinking? It all worked out, but that was crazy. No, that's how I really feel. And then moving across the country, right? Wasn't rainbows and butterflies. I was so homesick for a year. But I did it. And it was so scary. And then Eric leaving his job, that was probably the scariest leap we've ever taken. And it scared us so bad. So I just don't want you to think me saying all this stuff, it's easy. And I don't think anything worth having in life should be easy. Or I was telling Eric, we were on a walk today before Wyatt got attacked by me hitting him in the eye because he had a tick on himself. I said, Eric, it's all the risks we've taken. I'm so glad we took them because it wouldn't be worth it if it was a safe choice, if it was a predictable choice, if it was a guarantee, if that makes sense. Because if we always played like that, life wouldn't be adventurous or have meaning. If everything just worked out in our favor, my favorite Bible verse is Proverbs 16, verse 9, a man plans his course, but God determines his steps, where we can have this magnificent plan, but it is not going to work out to every detail that you have mapped out, right? And so I just think about with what you're doing and the leap of even joining this group is so awesome. And I just don't want you to have this like, oh, it should be easier mentality. Does that make sense? I don't want you to think like, oh my gosh, like it seems like everybody else has it figured out and why can't I? I just don't want you to think that because that's not reality. And I'm so not about the highlight reel, like for real, I'm not about that. And so I just want you to know that being in this group, like the things and the choices that you make are going to feel uncomfortable, but I'm here for you. So if you need to talk about life in general, I am the leap master in the sense it scares me every time, but I do it. So personal and self-care, can you all type in the comments some examples that you are going to have? Oh, Sarah, thank you. I just saw that. Oh, Brittany. He decided to chase ducks. That's so cute. So what are you all going to write down for personal and self-care? Maybe it's showering every day. I know that seems like a simple task, but for me, that would showering every day is a major commitment on my end, I think. That might be really gross, but it's true. Get my eyebrows done, Rachel. I love that. Yes, that's huge. Wake up with my alarm. Yep. And you want to know something, Natalie, with waking up, sometimes you can put Energize right by your bed or put your phone across the room. You can put a mint next to your bed or chug water. And then, or do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once you count down from 5, you've already made the decision. So you can't be like, 5, am I going to give up, get up? No, it's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, dang it, I'm up. Like then you just get up and you just do it. Maybe paint my nails and toenails. I love that. Jenny, you are my girl. Shower every day. Yes, I feel like I need to put that on mine. Hands down. I'm with you, sister. Any other ones for self-care that you ladies can think of? Thinking of sleep, thinking of taking time to read. I love that. If you need book suggestions, I shower almost every day, but I almost never have a bath. Natalie, yes, you should get a bath bomb. You can get them for good prices probably on Amazon. Read for fun. I love that one. I love reading. I used to not love it, but I really do love it now. If you have not read Go Wash Your Face, you really should. It's really great. Bath bombs from, yes, that's cool. That's really cool, ladies. All right, for nutrition, what goals do you want for nutrition? Maybe you commit to meal prepping. Maybe you pack all of your lunches or maybe with nutrition, you don't eat out. That would save you so much money. Maybe not going to Starbucks at all this week. Even for tea, even if it's not for coffee. No more eating out. That is huge, unless I have a really good reason, like with a friend. Yep. Drink more water. I love that one, Jenny. I think that's huge. You can place water bottles all throughout. If you're a teacher, you guys, or you're around kids, have them watch your water bottle. That's always what I did as a teacher. Pack my lunch the night before. I love doing that, Allie. Like, I love having it all together, and I could just grab it. It was really good. Try and avoid sweets. Yes, so my suggestion on that is there are many healthy sweet options that you can do with Shakeology, actually. You can make, like, peanut butter cups, you can make different kind of cakes, like really, like you can make cookies. Energy bites are everything. It's like rolled up oats and peanut butter. You guys, it is so good. I can share some healthy recipes if you want that are sweets. There's definitely good options that you can make in that way for sure. Only have black coffee. Yes. I travel for work, so keeping healthy snap. Yes. By the way, you guys, my beach bars are coming. Beachbody just came out with beach bars. I just ordered them, and I want you to know I'm going to be giving them away as prizes. There's 2 flavors. There's the chocolate peanut butter, which I got for Eric, and then there's the cherry almond. I've tried both. The cherry one has actually been the most popular amongst peanut butter lovers, actually. Yeah, Jenny, you should. You guys, and I bought a lot of them, so I want to give them away as prizes so you guys can try them as well, if that makes sense. And I'll let you guys know when they arrive. They should be getting here in the next couple of days. I just think that they're awesome, and I've been waiting for Beachbody to make these, if that makes sense. Okay, as far as fitness goes, what are your goals for fitness? For me, it's going to be Shift Shop, following it from day 1 to 30, but I want to increase my weights. I notice that I get comfortable. I hate side lunges with weights. I hate them. I don't know why. I would do burpees all day long and all that kind of stuff, but with weights, I get comfortable. And oh my gosh, stretch and foam roll. How many of you skip this is so bad. I always skip up the warm up, always. And it drives Eric crazy. I'm so serious. The last 4 years, I've always skipped the warm up, even when people are around. If I'm at a live workout with a trainer, I will do it because I'm there. And yeah, and the cool down. I'm not really good at it, and I know it's not good, so I'm just being real with you guys. Finishing 80-day obsession. Kelsey, I'm so proud of you for that. Work out 6 days a week and do an outdoor exercise on the 7th day. That is so fun. Yes to walking your dog. Great. Do a cool down. I usually just walk away. By the way, for self-care, something that I love for self-care is taking Wyatt to the park. I love it. That is just like such self-care. So maybe it's even getting outside, you guys. That just reminded me of that, of self-care, of just like unplugging. That's another really good self-care thing. If you guys are scrolling social media, it's messing with your psyche. I'm not kidding. It is so negative, and that is why I seek to empower and post positive things, because it drives me crazy how many people cling to negativity. But comparison is a real thing. It is such a real thing on social media. And so my advice to you is be the light. If you're going to spend a lot of time on social media, if you find yourself not doing anything productive, how can you encourage someone else while you're on social media? And can you post in the group then something positive, and then get in, get out? For a date night, I usually leave my phone at home. We took Wyatt on a walk today, I left my phone at home. If I'm by myself, I don't like to not have my phone, just for safety reasons. But otherwise, like, give yourself that permission. I turn off all notifications. So I never get texts. I never get updates. I never get any kind of notifications with Facebook, Instagram, text messages, phone calls. It drives everyone that I know crazy, but they expect it. So if I actually answer on your first call, it is a miracle. Like, literally, my friend Hannah the other day was like, I can't believe you just answered your phone. Like, what is this? And I said, I know, it's so crazy, right? But that was for me and my self-care. I need it, like, the noise that's happening. It's not healthy for me. I don't want to be responding to everything right away. Even in our group, you can turn off the notifications if they're too much for you. It's in the 3 dots up in the corner. Feel free to do that, if that makes sense. What is your mindset goals for this week? So like I said, the quote of the day show is absolutely amazing. Maybe it's singing an empowering song during your workout. I'm serious. That gets me in the mood, like gets me in the right mindset. Workout 4 to 5 days a week. Avoid negative teachers at school. So real. That teacher talk is toxic. That teacher talk is like, how can you say that? It is so hard though when you're the only one not doing it. And so what I used to do during that is I went to a space by myself to eat lunch. It was usually during lunch or prep. And then prep, I would just go into a separate room and I'd put in headphones. That way people don't talk to you. And I would just put in headphones and listen to a podcast. Or there's a really great video with Hugh Jackman on singing in The Greatest Showman. I'm going to post it in our group. You guys, I'm obsessed. It's so good. He's singing his song for the very first time, and I like cry every time I watch it. So I'm sure you guys will want to cry at school. We have 5 teachers leaving next year because they were also negative towards each other. Yes. I love that you're having kid dates. That's so fun. I like saying what I'm grateful for now at dinner with my boyfriend. Yes. Listing gratitude. You guys, depression and gratitude can't live together. Does that make sense? Anxiety and gratefulness can't live together. When you focus and change your mindset to gratitude, all of those negative emotions that do not come from God cannot exist. They can't exist together. You cannot be happy, right? And like grateful and worried and stressed at the same time. It's just not possible. And so change your mindset, and you can do it in an instant. It happens to me. And as soon as that happens, I'll either play a song. Elevation Worship is amazing. I'll play Unstoppable by Sia, Greatest Showman. You guys, I'm telling you, on my Instagram stories, it's not just for fun. Like when you guys see me, I'm 100% changing my state. If you see me on my rebounder, that's because I'm either tired or stressed or worried or something. Does that make sense? That's my mini trampoline that I got for like $40 off of Amazon. It's amazing. And I just play songs and I jump on it. I wanted to listen to the Confidence podcast that you mentioned earlier. Yes, Trish Blackwell is so awesome. She is so great. There's another podcast, you guys. She's actually a therapist, and it's called The Trailer Cast. And so she really gives advice with just being a therapist, and she's really great. I heard her speak live. Her story is incredible. Jen Hatmaker, Never Leave the Gospel Behind. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. For the Love podcast. That's Jen Hatmaker. I'm obsessed with podcasts. Quote of the Day show, like I said, is huge. My church, Epikos, is not Epikos. Oh my gosh, that's my old church. I just saw it on here. Echo Church has the most amazing sermons. Like they are so good. Echo is what it's called. So the trailer cast, this is what it looks like. Here, I'll show you. She's so cute. This is the picture of it. So trailer cast. And I feel like that would be a really good one to listen to. I'm trying to look and see if I have so many on here. Yeah, those are some ones that I have for you guys. Listen to podcasts and what I'm grateful for. Love that I went to listen to the Confidence podcast. Yep. Okay. So now what I want you to do, you have probably 2 to 4 things in each quadrant. I want you to highlight one that's a non-negotiable. Like that is, you are not going to break a promise with yourself. That is like, because if you think about it, 4 areas, it's 4 areas of self-care essentially, right? Highlight one in each quadrant that is you are not going to break that promise with yourself. So maybe you don't highlight the sweets one, but instead of not eating sweets every day, it's every other day. You know what I'm saying? Like you can work on it, but you're not like, it's not going to be like, I have to be perfect with every single one in every single quadrant. I just want you guys to know this is what I do. Like this is how I win the day, if that makes sense. So in the comments, can you all start writing which one you highlighted for each quadrant? Are all these motivational podcasts? Yes, Rachel. And actually in our group, would you all want me to list them in the group so you can see my favorite ones, my favorite books maybe? I'm obsessed with personal development. It's changed my whole life. I know it sounds cheesy and maybe it doesn't to you, but it has helped me see that like don't take an opinion from someone don't take an expensive opinion from someone in the cheap seats, right? Like it's taught me to not let people's opinions rule my life. It's taught me to not let my negative mindset rule my life. Like I'm able to like really see from different angles. It's really helped a lot. Workout for sure, no excuses, 5 to 6, 7 days out of 7. That's 5 to 6 days out of 7. I love that. If you ladies could go start listing, no more hitting snooze. Brittany, you can follow my Instagram every single morning. I ask the question, did you snooze Or did you get right up? And that might be good accountability for you. I call it the the launch project. And I want to help women launch out of bed. I get that from Mel Robbins, who's a motivational speaker as well. Healthy snacks each day for the day. 6 days of working out, yay! And then listen to a new podcast daily. Absolutely. Bath and bath bombs at least once a week. I love that. Drink more water. Stretch and foam roll, which is huge for you as a runner. Like, that's such a big deal, Jenny. That's so good. What else do we have, ladies? I feel so empowered by all of you. 64 ounces of water each day. Wake up with an alarm. Yes. Would you guys want me to bring the launch project back into our group where you can comment below what time you got up? Would that help you? I think my only thing is I don't want you checking social media as soon as you wake up. Does that make sense? It is so tempting to grab your phone and then you start comparing without realizing it. You start feeling defeated and you start wasting time. Does that make sense? That plays such a huge, have you guys ever sat there and you're like, it's been an hour. Like, what happened? That's my only concern is I want you to just get right up. And for me, what I do is I grab my Energize and I grab my Bible. And so I do the First 5 app. It's daily devotions. This is how you spell it. First 5. Oh my gosh, 5. First 5. And I do that app every single day. And I actually upgraded to the devotionals. Then they're on that app, but the app is free. And you can do daily devotionals. So that's what I do when I wake up. Does that make sense? So that's my only thing is please wake up and do self-care. Stay off Facebook. Yes, Natalie. And how you can do that is you can delete the app from your phone. You can hit snooze on your phone so you don't look at it, or you can hide it all the way back in your phone and maybe put a reminder on your phone, even a sticky saying, do not open up Facebook. And here's the deal. You've been so programmed to do that maybe out of 7 days, you didn't open up Facebook for 3. Take it as a win because you just have to get progressively better, but don't try to be perfect right away. Does that make sense? Ladies, do you guys struggle with that too, looking at your social media right away? I think what was a big wake-up call for me is I'd pick up my phone without even talking to Eric. And I'm like, what is this? Like, this is not okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's more important than whatever else is going on. Your self-care is more important than whatever's going on. I think it's FOMO, to be honest. You just want to see and feel connected and feel supported and all that kind of stuff. It's part of my job, so it's hard. Yep, and girlfriend, this is my job too. It's all social media. And I try so hard to teach the team. I mentor Team Happy and Fit. Like, I like to teach them balance with it because at what cost though, right? Where if you are feeling like you're putting all your self-care, it's like a mom, they put all of their self-care on the back burner and it doesn't serve anyone. So even if it's for the first 30 minutes, I heard like people are least productive when they check their email or social media as soon as they wake up. You guys, I'm guilty. I'm not ever waving a finger being like, don't do it. It's like, no, like it is a real problem. Are least productive. So try it. Just try like out of 7 days, maybe it's like 1 day. I'm just going to see what it is like to work out right away. And then you can go from there. Another thing that I do, you guys, for self-care is I make my bed right away. It is so addicting. I love making my bed. If I ever feel like looking at my phone when I wake up, I only allow myself to watch a quick Ellen clip. She is so funny. Like if I had to get stranded on an island, it would be with like Jimmy Fallon, Justin Timberlake, and Ellen. Like I think it would just be so funny. Hands down. All right, I'm going to hit stop.